Hey, bless up. I have no problems with FBA, Foundational Black Americans, and the fact that uh, Black Americans want to distinguish themselves from the other African diasporas. Whether you're coming from Haiti, like myself, coming from Bahamas, Trinidad, Jamaica, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever. Because I've been hearing the disrespect that's been going towards African Americans, for years. Like African Americans have no culture, which never made no sense to me. The fact that people would say that. And I'm not African American, even though the government might label me that because I was born and raised here. My family, all Haitian, but I was raised here, raised with a lot of Black Americans, um, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, all the islands, you know what I'm saying? All the islanders, one love, Black love. Because Black power is Black on Black love. So that's the only issue I got with the whole FBA movement. Now, I was asking myself, why is it that FBA are so sensitive or sound like Nazis and the rhetoric that they use? And I come to find out, just like every other movement, you know what I'm saying, the FBA, they have good reason to want to distinguish themselves. However, don't y'all think that's going to hurt your case for reparations? At a time like this, where you got the president of the United States, the one y'all voted for, Trump, posting racist things. Case in point, today's February 7th, you know what I mean, 2026, and actually it's my birthday, y'all. I turned 46 years old today. Shout out to everybody who's showing me love or going to show me love all month long. Posting Barack Obama and Michelle Obama dressed as monkeys, and he doesn't even apologize about it. At a time where ISIS is running through everybody's, violating everybody's rights. Whether you white, Black, and whether you a migrant or not, illegally here or legally here, they are violating all our rights. They are erasing Black history from important and key places. In Philadelphia, which is going through, federal courts right now to reopen this Black museum that was free to the public. They literally stripped everything down. Medgar Evers, you know what I'm saying, the Black civil rights activist in Mississippi who was assassinated. You know what I'm saying? They removing some of the pictures of him laying down, in his carport, his driveway, the pool of blood. They removing certain rhetoric about the guy who killed him, that he isn't racist. They stripping the Black history from the book. So I get it. I get why the oversensitivity and the Shaboozey controversy of him winning the Grammy and saying that the migrants built this country. And let me tell you this, foundational Black Americans, or let's just say Black Americans or African Americans, however you want to call it, or, however you want to shake it, they built the foundations of the country. We cannot deny that. You know what I'm saying? The great revolutionaries, Nat Turner, shout out to you, who was actually motivated by the Haitian Revolution. One of the greatest revolution ever in history because of what it did and represented. It inspired many rebellions here in America. The 1811 rebellion in Louisiana. That, the big slave vote there, that they kept it on the hush-hush, not putting that in the books because they wanted to get the Black people's inspired. They want to be motivated, inspired. So I know the history of America, like I said, I was born and raised here. And what Shaboozey did in his speech, giving shout out to his Nigerian roots, to his mom who worked hard, retired after 30 years working in the medical field. And people took a lot of offense to that. So I see the sensitivity. Okay, I see why it's sensitivity, because I really think that y'all think that, people that are not foundation Black Americans, who might be labeled African American like myself, that we want to steal your reparations. And we want to benefit off the backs of your ancestors. And that's false. We do want to benefit off the backs of your ancestors, just like we want y'all to benefit off the backs of our ancestors, wherever you're from. You know, Haiti freed a lot of African Americans, you know what I'm saying, off the plantations, literally cash money. You know what I'm saying? Dessalines paid money. The great General Jean-Jacques Dessalines paid cash money. General Toussaint Louverture paid cash money in gold to free black people and to bring them to Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Because Haiti was known as Freedom Land, the first and original and only real freedom land. And of course, the whole global conspiracy to subdue Haiti, to steal our pride, to steal our, you know what I'm saying, sovereignty, to make sure that this, you know, great black nation or any black nation never rise up again. Okay, Haiti was once actually great, awesome place. You know what I mean? From the top to the bottom. It's just that France, US, Canada, and all these other countries, you know what I'm saying, conspired to strip Haiti's economy, you know what I mean, to destroy the democracy, you know, corrupt the government and keep them corrupted and train the killers to terrorize the country. Back in 1915, 1934, the U.S. occupation of Haiti. That's a whole other subject. You have to read my book, Americans and France's 1,000-Year War Against Haiti, Assassination of a Nation. For that information, you see that kevindover.com, my website. So I get it, FBA, but we don't want your reparations, because Haiti has its own fight for reparations, which would never happen until the government, you know, is self-sufficient, self-determined and not dependent upon foreign entities, you know, like it is today, because Haiti was crippled, just like they're trying to cripple Venezuela and Cuba. You know what I'm saying? That's been going on in Haiti. You feel what I'm saying? U.S. is the bully of the whole Caribbean islands. You feel me? That's why they came up with the Monroe Doctrine, you know what I'm saying, under President Monroe, and then FDR's big stick policies, you know what I'm saying that, you know, being the good neighbor of the Western Hemisphere, and they want to scare away the East for coming to the West. So if you ever wonder why the U.S. dictates all these countries' president, you know what I'm saying, presidents, and you know, if they don't give them the thumbs up, you know, they cripple them. You know what I'm saying? Even CARICOM, you know, CARICOM, you know, literally is doing the U.S. bidding on, you know, subduing Haiti. You seen the racist thing they did? A black government racist against other blacks. You know, we welcoming all these other immigrants except for Haitians. That's crazy. St. Kitts and Nevis. I believe the prime minister there is Drew. His name is you know, whatever his name is, Drew, whatever. But see, but that's the slave mentality there. That's the slave mentality. But back to the subject at hand, we cannot afford to be separated. That's the only thing that I would say to the FBA. At the time we in right now, I know y'all want to feel special. I know you want to distinguish yourself from other blacks, which is cool. You have the right to do that. But Marcus Garvey didn't believe that. General Toussaint Louverture of the Haitian Revolution didn't believe that. Jean-Jacques Dessalines didn't believe that. King Henry Christophe didn't believe that. Your great Frederick Douglass didn't believe that. A.G. Gaston of Alabama, the great black entrepreneur who sponsored and actually bonded out Martin Luther King and many of the civil rights leaders, self-made multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? A.G. Gaston, the Black Titan, awesome book I read. They didn't believe in that whole separation because they understood that, you know what I'm saying, together we form a mighty fist and we could throw a mighty blow. There's going to be reparations for many countries, you know what I'm saying, throughout the Caribbean. You know, Martinique had took, you know, France, you know, the court to try to sue them for reparations. And they got very far in the process, but was rejected. Many other countries need to be doing the same thing. We need to be fighting reparations on our own, but also as a collective, because there's power in numbers. That's what made the civil rights so strong in the 60s. That's what made the Marcus Garveys, the UNIA, so powerful. The Black Association, the unity of the black people, not African Americans, not Haitian Americans, not Jamaican Americans, not Bahamian Americans. It was black people. There's power in numbers, and we need to get back to that. As a matter of fact, I would love to help African Americans gain their reparations, because look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. The first time the U.S. government actually bombed their own people on their own land in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. Mrs. Fletcher, rest in peace, was the last surviving person from that incident, that massacre. And guess what? She did not see reparations or any sort of reparative justice because of what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. She lived through that as a little girl, and she died not being able to sleep in a bedroom. She has always sleep the lights on in her living room because of just the fear, the trauma she experienced as a little girl. We can't forget that. We gotta respect that. And I'm old school, you know what I'm saying? You know, my mama, came here in the 80s, actually late 70s, 79, 78, 1978, 79. Rest in peace, mama. I love you. And when she came here, I was taught many things. You know what I mean? I have home training, just like my brothers and sisters have home training. You have to, when you walk in somebody's house, you wipe your feet and you address the people in the house. The only thing I would say Shaboozey did was wrong was that, okay, yeah, migrants, immigrants built this country, but the foundations were built by black folks off the free labor of the enslavement and kidnapping of African people brought here, and those who was already here, regardless, we were all enslaved, in chains. What he did was, Shaboozey did not wipe his feet when he, walked into the house. Yes, he was right in saying that immigrants built this country, because millions of immigrants came from Italy, throughout Europe, throughout the Caribbean islands, Asia, came to this country to work for that American dream, that fake American dream. But they believe they have a better chance at living, just like my mama did. But what he should have did, and what he should have said, was that, yes, migrants built this country, but it was on top of what black folks, the black Americans, are already done here in this country, in the States. That's what he should have said. And I'd like to close out with this. Black history, and since it's Black History Month, whether you celebrate it or not, Black History Month would be born without, Haitian history. I would just like to say that, or just history from immigrants. You feel me? Black History Month isn't concentrated just in America, but a lot of it took place in America. If it wasn't for the Haitian Revolution, the excitement of black folks fighting and beating the French, beating the white man, white supremacy in their own game. Haiti beat France, Spain, Britain, and the U.S. 13-year battle for their freedom. That's why they're suffering the way they are right now. If it wasn't for, General Toussaint's money, he's a multi-millionaire, money to be stolen and to build Girard College up there in Philadelphia, one of the first universities in America. If it wasn't for the Marcus Garvey coming here from Jamaica and starting the UNIA, Universal Negro Improvement Association, if it wasn't for him building that and to the heights of it back in 1919, the Black Star Line, the Black Nurses, the Black Cross, you feel me? The Black Boy Scouts, like he, Like he turned things, Negro world, he turned things inside out in America. He unified the black people. Like, look, you can look at yourself like this, as black excellence, doing your best, believe in yourself. I love that. And he was trying to collaborate with Booker T. Washington, another great black hero. You feel me? He knew about, You know what I'm saying? The black contributions to world history. Harriet Tubman. He knew about her. You feel me? He knew about you know, another great example, Mrs. the one who did the hair. Can't think of her name right now, but he knew about the black power structure here in America. So he knew if his, because the coons in Jamaica, they weren't gonna let him pop off. He had to come to the land of the blacks. You know what I'm saying? On the Western Front, you know. But I just wanted to say that, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I love FBA. I got FBA friends. Like I said, I'm born and raised here in America. You know, I love being here. I do plan on going back to Haiti frequently to help do what I can and contribute to other organizations who really want to see our people free. Because when black people had loyalty and honor, they understood that what's going on in Jamaica, Bahamas, Haiti, Trinidad, it impacted us. We all were one. Those were our brothers and sisters over there, especially during the time of Jim Crow. But when integration took part, all this division started. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we want to integrate with the white folks, but let's divide ourselves away from these other black folks. Let's stop the ignorance, y'all. It's one love. We do need to find out how collectively we can help reparations here in America. Because look, African Americans got issues here in the States. They can't really be sweating what's going on in the Caribbean islands. You know, they got warships now in the coast, in the ports of Haiti right now. But African Americans can't care about that because they got their own battles here, dealing with George Floyd, you know, the policeman Chauvin, dealing with Trayvon Martin and what's the young lady who in Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? Breonna Taylor, you know what I'm saying? Massacre. Like these things go on and on and on here in the States. Police brutality. African Americans have their hands full. We have our hands full. You feel me? But I believe that we have to have some sort of collaborative effort, just like Marcus Garvey was trying to do with Booker T. Washington and what he did with many other African Americans here in the States. James Willard Johnson, you know what I'm saying, was another person who seen the bridge between Haiti and America. James Willard Johnson, one who wrote that song, "We shall overcome. We shall overcome." Y'all know that song? He wrote that. If I'm not mistaken, that's the song right there. But he wrote in his book, you know what I'm saying, he wrote about Haiti and how powerful Haiti could be and was, and et cetera, et cetera. That was the time when NAACP really cared about what's going on in the Caribbean islands. We must stick together and form some sort of unity. If Shaboozey would have said that, you know, immigrants built this country, but we can't forget the contributions and the foundational aspect, the roots of America was built on the backs of black Africans, African Americans. He should have said that, but at the same time, should be off with his head because he did. You know what I'm saying? Are you the judge and jury? Are you? Forgive the man. He won the Grammy. Give a shout out to him. Any black man or woman doing their thing and accomplishing great things, shout out to him. He was on a global stage giving a speech because he didn't mention African Americans. Everybody's at the uproar. Man, come on, get over it. That's silly. Give props where props is due. He wrote good music and he got an award. Now, that's my piece. I'm King Kevin Dorval. As I mentioned, I'm an author of several books, but my next upcoming book, I have a pre-order copy coming out in May. It's called Americas and France's 1,000-Year War Against Haiti. Assassination of a Nation. All right, comes out in May 2027. I'm going to release a few chapters in May of this year, 2026. And man, blessings. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like, and subscribe, share. You like this content, drop comments below. Tell me how you feel about FBA. Tell me how you feel about the ICE, how they treating people in America. Drop some Black history, lessons down here. Correct me if I was wrong on anything I said. I'm sure you're speaking straight from the heart, you know what I mean? And yeah, happy birthday to me, you know what I'm saying? If you want to support, drop, my cash app will be in the description of the video, all right? Bless up, much love, and you know what I'm saying? Unity, man. Black on black love is Black power. It ain't no black on black FBA love or you know what I'm saying? It's black on black love, Black power. And Dr. Amos Wilson did say back in the day, he did say back in the 80s that African Americans going to be the key for the African diaspora worldwide. And when he said that, I must have rewinded that part about 10 times. Like, why? Like, I was trying to understand the context of that because it was a big speech to our video. Why did he, like, not saying I disagree, but what was his reasoning behind saying that? And now I understand it's because of the economic power that Black Americans have. We could keep fighting for reparations, or no, we could keep fighting for reparations solo, or we could fight for reparations united. Because reparations is due. Reparative justice. All right? Bless up, King Kevin. I'm out. Happy birthday to me.